Kim, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you for coming down to my hood to do the interview. That's awesome. I love when people come into my hood. That never happens.
It's great, I was in this hood. It's a great hood.
So let's talk about The Thing. Now, this is a movie I've been seeing a trailer for quite some time. And it's one of those edgier seat films. And the first thing I've wanted to ask you ever since seeing the trailer for so long ago is how much of this movie was improv? Because how do you script everybody talking, oh my god, are they in the house? And how do you even script something like that?
A lot of it couldn't be improv because of it's so detail oriented and it has to fit into Carpenter's film, all of the details of things that happen. But some of the more chaotic moments were improv, and I have a scene where I'm upset over the death of a colleague and I'm crying. The director literally came up to me 5 minutes before we were rolling. He's like, I think you should be crying in this. I'm like, okay. So sometimes you just had to fly by the seat of your pants, and it always kept you on your toes, which was great, and such a great challenge for an actor.
I can't cry on the spot, so I don't even know how you can. How do you do that? Do you think about a dead relative or something?
Well, you have to go to a certain place. It's not always a happy place. It's never a happy place when you have to cry, but that's what you have to do, because when I do it, I might as well be real, or else why do it?
Yeah. Now, did you see the original of this movie before seeing this one?
Absolutely, and I was so impressed by it. It was so ahead of its time in terms of special effects, and I went over all of the DVD extras to see how they had done everything by hand, and that was one thing that was very important to us for this film, to incorporate a lot of that puppetry and the physical hand-done effects.
Now, do you have to have seen the original to enjoy this one? Or can you just go to this one not even knowing about the first one?
See, that's the great thing. You don't have to have seen the first one. Our film actually leads into the first one. So this is a great film that stands on its own as a great movie, but it also, for all of those die-hard Carpenter fans, it has all of those kind of details from Carpenter's film, and it really does pay homage to his film, so it's a beautiful blend of both.
Now, it seems that we're in this weird area, and not that it's a bad thing, I think it's a great thing, why not? Where everything is being remade. There's The Thing, there's Footloose, there's Dirty Dancing, there's so many movies that are being redone right now.
Yes.
Is it a fad? Do you think that it's... I think it's great.
I think it's great too, and what I really do love about this movie, The Thing, is that it's a prequel, and Carpenter's movie lent itself so well for the prequel, because we discover what happened at the Norwegian base that we don't ever find out about. We just see the destruction in Carpenter's film. So in that sense, it's cool that it's not a remake, because we just couldn't touch Carpenter's film and remake it. It would have been sacrilegious almost, It would be like painting a mustache on the Mona Lisa. It would just be wrong.
I've always wanted to do that. Now, are there ever challenges, because there are many great Canadian actors like yourself, is there ever any challenges to being Canadian? Do you have to, do they go to the Hollywood actors first, or I don't know, or do they not even look at where you're from?
The great thing about being a Canadian actor is we are kind of like The Thing. We walk among them, we speak like them, they don't know that we're Canadian. I think it's great, and I'm always really impressed by just how much talent we have in this country. Compared to the size of the country and the population that we have, how many of our artists have international success? It's phenomenal.
Yeah, it's something in the water, that's for sure, because there's so many amazing Canadian actors. I think it's great. Now, when you're doing this movie, because this is kind of, I guess it's horror, thriller, I don't know how they did movies back in the day, like Psycho or something like that. I knew that they used ketchup for blood because it was black and white. But how scary is it on set when you're doing a movie like this? Do they make it really real where you're actually frightened?
It was a lot of fun on set, actually. It was like summer camp. We had a blast, and then the Norwegian guys were insane in the best possible way. The thing that was really impressive was that we got to, because there were so many hand-done effects, we got to interact with stuff all the time. We were never just with a green screen. We did have green screen elements, but we always had something to interact with. And just to see the disgustingly horrific things that the special effects team would come up with, and it was just so impressive to see the detail, and it was really gory, and that was really gross and really freaky. That part was really freaky.
Now, is this something you want to continue venturing down? Do you really enjoy doing this type of movie, or do you want to do a different style, like a romantic comedy? Is there one that's more fun than the other?
I love variety. So as long as you have a good project, like great script, great director, great cast, I mean, why not? Just my next film that's coming out next year is On the Road, which is an adaptation of Jack Kerouac's famous book. So, it's very different from The Thing.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Now, I also want to find out, why should people go and check this out? If they don't know about the original, they haven't seen this, tell people why they should go and see this movie. It opens up this weekend.
It's terrifying. It's terrifying on so many levels. Like, this is not a slasher film or a gory film by any means. This is a film that works on many levels. It has the scares, it has these unbelievable creatures that are terrifying and just fascinating. And it works also on a psychological level, and that's what I find the most compelling. The paranoia, the isolation, the cabin fever. So you blend all that together and you're really tense throughout the whole thing. It's great, and it's disturbing.
Oh, I can't wait to see it, that's for sure. I love those kind of movies. I just saw Human Centipede alone. I know. Have you seen that?
I haven't.
I have to lend that to you. I don't know if you have an opinion on this, but it just hit me now because The Thing is kind of like a thriller type movie, so there are a lot of different kind of elements when filming it. Filming in Toronto right now, I forget the name of the movie where they had an accident on set. Is that always a fear when you're making movies like this, that things can go wrong?
Yeah, absolutely. Things can go wrong. There's a lot of fire in our movies, so that was a big concern a lot of the time. Many things get engulfed in flames, so you want to make sure that, safety is always a big issue. And for me personally, this is not a super dangerous thing, but I had a lot of physical stuff that I had to do, and it does take a toll on you, so you really have to make sure that, keep everything in check, I guess.
Does everyone sign a waiver or something? You must sign something. We're not responsible if burnt by fire.
Well, they have professionals. They have professional stunt people, so they keep us really safe. No one was ever worried about their safety on set, which was great.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I can't wait to see this, so congratulations.
Thank you.